one person's view of as we know it. We've got two guests with us on this Aloha Friday, Kavika Hulk, and we got Bronson Varde. Yay! Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I think we start with you on this one, Kavika. What is this that we're talking about? It's a new comedy TV show in upcountry Maui this month?
We're about to go into pilot, and we're going to be spending this year shooting the first chapter of Moku Moku, and it's a slice of life, just scripted comedy at its core, and it follows three best, super close familial friends as they survive the everyday of what it is to be Hawaiian, what it is to be local, living on Maui, and even that like slice of American life inside of it too.
Sounds good. So where does this come from? Does this come from you, from your past? Do you draw on that to put these stories to life? Where does it come from?
I feel a lot of it, like it really comes from its heart, from my grandparents. I didn't always get to spend my entire life around Maui. Like there's even like a huge chunk of nearly like 2 decades from high school on that I hadn't even been back home. And there's always been this longing of returning. And then when I finally got these last few years working in Hollywood to pull me back home, and it told me it was time, I started realizing that there was space to tell a story here that nobody had been doing yet. And so it really starts from like all the things that made me feel like I was returning, all the things that you remember, all the things that you love. And then I really got reminded of like all the things that I either didn't remember because I was too young, or it was just so silly I forgot about, and those like, larger than life moments of growing up on an island. And so it evolved between that and then realizing the now of coming back to Maui and trying to fit in the whole being Hawaiian while being American, and then the misconception of we're all on a beach, whereas like I'm raised mountain Hawaiian people. You don't think about that. You don't think deep jungle Hawaiian people. You don't think like any of that. You think right near the beach, brat, and that's where like everybody thinks that's that concept: grass skirts, tiki torches on the beach. And I really want them to realize that we're just as simple and rural as anywhere else in the world. Doesn't matter if you're in Arkansas or the hills of like Nepal or something. It's we're all just simple folk trying to make it by. And I think that's something that will help us find commonality as we try to lift the Hawaiian voice this year with everything that's going on in just the whole sphere, whether it's amazing things like the Wind and the Reckoning, or great movements going on in politics right now, or protecting Mauna Kea, all of that. And I feel that like this story kind of fits more towards the lighter side of the conversation. It's not just something to get angry about. There's so many things that we can appreciate and smile about in it. And that's really what I want this show to be, is just a way to appreciate what we have and maybe make more out of it.
You've got three people that you've cast on this already. You've got the characters Kimo, Leilani, and Pili. Let's talk about Bronson for a couple of moments.
Everything's been me doing all the voices by myself in my room, right? So, I mean, it's so surreal to have everybody here, in the actual house on set, and hear everybody's take on it and how they portray their characters is really awesome. Yeah. I mean, I sound like a broken record, but it's true, because I see myself in Kimo, because he's just a local brother just trying to figure things out, and he's looking, towards his friends, to his past, to figure that out, and I'm doing the same thing, so I feel real connected to Kimo. Kathy Collins is perfect, I think, for her role as my mom. She reminds me of one of my actual aunties. That's why she sits fast, but it's so close to her. Yeah. What was really cool was actually me, Patty, and Chino. I feel like we were really gluing it, that was the first time that we read it together, like in person. Everything has been virtual now, but being in person together, I think we're really clicking. Us three. That's what the show is all about bringing different perspectives. We have people in the show and that are playing characters that are kind of true to themselves, where they're transplants. They're not really from here. They're not Hawaiian in particular, but they came from someplace else, love the island, respect the culture, and I think that's important to bring to people, that it's not just all about palm trees and white sand beaches. So we're showing you up country how life is up in Maui. So it's gonna be great.
It was incredible. I mean, we've had small table reads before with just the 3 of us, but it's different with the whole entire cast. The energy was amazing, and everyone was so talented. I just non-stop laughs too. That's if everybody's laughing, like, you've got something there, right? So Leilani is who I am. She's a little bit of a tomboy, just kind of like straight, like tells it like it is. Not quite a Tita, but maybe Tita in training, because she's like mild-mannered, I'd say. Not like quick to high emotions, but definitely does not hold anything back. She's definitely one of the boys. I think she's constantly trying to figure out like how she's going to make her next dollar. She's got a million jobs, and one of them's to wrangle these boys. So yeah, that's kind of her. Plenty. I have a lot of inspiration for this particular character, and some of it's me, because I feel like there's at least a part of me that is just like ultra tomboy, just kind of like one of the guys just chilling out, like doesn't really care too much. But at the same time, I also have a lot of references for like people I know, particularly upcountry girls who I'm like modeling this specifically after. So yeah.
Who do you play? I play an old man named Uncle. The way when the reading was going through, what I felt was the story of Kimo, his upcomings. Trying to figure out who he was. It seemed like Leilani and Pili already knew who they were, kind of. Best father ever and best father beer. If you know more the best father beer, you're not the best father ever. Choo!
So, I've done a lot of read-throughs for a lot of different projects. You never know what the read-through is kind of going to be like. But this is the first time I've really been a part of one that like really jumped off the page, where the laughter stopped the reading a couple times, where everybody was just so into it that like the punchlines were landing and people were even just like riffing off the top, where like it kind of like got off the rails a little bit, but still stayed on its path. It was a lot of fun. I think this is a good omen for what the rest of the project's definitely going to be like. I play the character Pili. Pili's a very fun-loving, silly, kind of like path of least resistance, really just kind of an open-hearted, open-minded, really into the experience of what life has to be. Into some weird things, into anime, into like Funko Pops, and if there's a dress around, he doesn't mind putting it on, and just because he doesn't want to carry it. It's just an easier way. A character that I think a lot of ways really relates to me in the sense that the path of least resistance. I really just like everything to be easy. I play kind of a diffuser in situations, and Pili really feels like that kind of sour cream on the spicy burrito. Oh, these characters are definitely archetypes, like microcosms of what already exists. Not just on Maui, but here in Makawao. Like, I have friends that live up here that remind me of some of these characters, especially Leilani. Like, I got a young Tita friend that is just like that. One of my best friends who I really just enjoy watching her interactions. Like, her roughness, like, hides the softness that's underneath, but at the same time, like, she gets into rough situations because of it. It's just really, there's so many parallels about this. I feel like everybody's who identifies with a similar culture is gonna get something that they really remember, that really kind of rings true with like what their life feels like. Yeah, I mean, no matter where you go, people may have different ideas of what Hawaii is, but everybody has a picture in their head. And I feel like one of the things that this show can do is really kind of hone that picture into a thought that's cohesive and that is more realistic. Because a lot of people's ideas of, Hawaii are like, beautiful sunsets and luau's and people wearing loincloths and, oh, you guys have a Starbucks? To like really just kind of encapsulate like what local culture really is and what our life is really like out here.
it's starting to feel like the Ohana isn't Ohana, the friends are the friends. Kimo, Pili, Leilani are connecting. Mama and Uncle, you know, Olina, I mean, they're all, I still call Kathy Collins Mama from my show. Kathy Collins playing Olina. Oh, I mean, and her character, you know, through the show is going to develop more and more, which is just amazing. But that's the beauty of having actors like Kathy on, is even though they're part on script, it looks very small, they're highly impactful, they're going to land the jokes, and that's just going to raise everybody else up, because now they know where the bar is, right? When you get like Kathy Collins in there, they're like, oh, we got to be funny too, because otherwise she's just going to show us down. It's amazing. Like, everybody is working. I mean, Kainoa playing the Paniolo is dead on. I mean, everybody's great. You know, it came down to, what about doing a fun comedy set up country Makawao and making it actually true to the people up there, but still having a lot of fun. So that was just the impetus of it. And living here for 22 years and getting my experience as somebody who's moved here and listening to all the people who live here and their stories, it was a fun way for me to actually take the things that I've heard from them and start incorporate it into the life of the characters.
Oh man, what do you feel? Dude, I'm just pumped. I'm pumped on this. Good to see you, bro. No man, it was incredible. And that's the thing, you know, I think like this production, and it was said so many times, it's different, right? People can help, you know, we can pitch in. It's not one of those crazy strict things where like everyone is just nailed down tight to their role and their parameters. We can actually, everyone talks about being an Ohana, but we're actually able to do so in this. I mean, at least in the first episode, and I only just kind of expect that to grow, the stories to grow, the characters to develop. I think it's just going to be fantastic. I think for Maui, but also for the film community here, it's just going to be super cool to see what we can do. So I'm pumped.
Aloha, and really mahalo on behalf of our Mayor Richard Bisen, to be here on the set of the TV series Moku Moku. We just are excited to be here and to learn how this production is done, to have a chance to see local actors and local producers bring this kind of industry to Maui is just really exciting to see. And again, from the mayor's office, really for us is just congratulations on this exciting venture. We can't wait to see more of it, and look forward to seeing you folks here in Maui for more time to come, and I appreciate you guys. Good morning and aloha mai kako to all of you. Sure, again, my name is Leo Karis. I'm the Chief of Staff for Mayor Bisen up there on the 9th floor. We just wanted to first off thank you folks for bringing this opportunity to Maui, showcasing what can happen here on the island with local production, local actors. Just wanted to thank you for that on behalf of the mayor. You know, wanted to thank Jonathan, who I just met now, and give me my headset here and listening to how this stuff works. It's so neat and so cool for us. Thank you to our film commissioner, Tracy Bennett, for the kuleana he has to help foster and steward opportunities like this on Maui. And just excited for you guys. Thanks for letting us hang out with all of you. It's really cool, and just appreciate it, and well wishes and continued luck on this production. Can't wait to see it. Mahalo, you guys.
Of Moku Moku here at Maui Seaside Hotel, who's been very generous and letting this production come in and take over for as much time as they need. And this is what helps our industry grow right here on Maui, is a very homegrown crew, actors, everybody's from here. You can't get a more homegrown production. This is what we really try to nurture here in Maui County. We got Leo Kairos from the mayor's office here. And the mayor's office is very supportive of this industry, and putting people to work, creating stories, telling stories, local stories. It's not, you know, filming at a beach with a white sand beach with palm trees and waterfalls like a lot of our bigger productions do. This is up country, you know, this is places that people really don't know about. So this is trying to nurture here in Maui. It's locally grown productions and stories that can be told in such a way that we have our hands on this and want to show the world what Maui's really.
So I'm just so blessed to be on this production. You know, I've lived out here and been blessed to be on Maui for 17 years. And it's just amazing how true this is, and funny. But this is real upcountry, and it's just been an amazing cast, an amazing crew, and so many things are just, we know that this is meant to be. So enjoy it. It's going to be fun.
Pretty awesome. Yeah, and give us a look there. By that point, we'll have this all clear. So whoever's here will be out of the way. You can still be back here looking at the amps and
You excited? You excited about this?
Yeah, I am. I'm very excited. I've waited my whole life to do this, Brad. I've waited, my whole life to play with lingerie. Did you see it, Brad?
You're getting into character. A little bit about yourself, my dear.
Hi guys, this soldier girl in the streets. All jokes aside, this is Sharia Lama. A little about myself, just a country girl having a great time today on set. I actually found out through Chino. He hit me up on email or on Instagram, and he was like, girl, you got to get this role. So here I am today. The storyline is what captivated me, and being a country girl, I'm kind of a transplant too as well, so being a country girl now and Maui girl, I felt like this would be the perfect opportunity for me to shine light on top of our, the difficulties we have, the struggles that we have in the community. But
I love Olina. Olina is Kimo's mom, typical local mom, all about tough love. Her son is her greatest joy and probably her biggest headache, but that's okay. All about Ohana, yeah.
How did you hear about the project, actually?
Oh, gosh. I'm trying to remember the first, I can't remember if it was Kavika or Jonathan, the kids, he reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to play along with the gang, and I said absolutely, especially if Jonathan and Kavika are involved, because I knew it was going to be awesome. Our first table read was just amazing. Well, I know most of the folks involved. Patty Lee and Chino LaForge. I've worked with both of them before in the past and love what they do. I'd never met Bronson, and so I was a little bit, I didn't know what to expect. I thought, Honolulu boy, nice looking kid, talented, probably just all full of himself. And I think that was the biggest, most wonderful, pleasant surprise to find out how down to earth he is. Very respectful and great actor too. I hope, and I'm fairly confident that local people especially, will walk away with a really warm feeling of pride in our local values. I think folks will see people they know in pretty much every character on the screen. And as far as a more universal audience, humor is humor, and people are people. And I think that folks even across the big pond will find a lot to love and laugh about when they see Moku Moku.
Thanks.
I'm gonna kill you, Brad, for making you do this with no makeup on.
Bro, back again. Maui, look out, bro. With the Ohaians and the Ohana of Moku Moku, making this Moku verse come alive. As we cross-threading into different stories that we want to tell and share with the world. And yeah, it's super exciting, gang. Yes, mahalo ke akua. So I'm playing Brother Larry, who's basically the guy that's taking them to and from their destinations, like a taxi, if you will. And but I come from a local perspective, so I've seen what their true intentions of what's happening in these meetings and these places that they're doing to try to sell our aina, and knowing that, kind of like giving him a little bit of jabs here and there, verbal judo here and there, but in the pigeon way, so that there's a lot of deeper meaning behind what I'm saying, but I'm doing it in a joking manner. You know what I mean? It's like no offense, but do it the local style way, how we like to roll, keeping it real. Yeah, it's humbling because growing up in these islands, the beauty of the islands, the way we are connected to the land and the sea and the heavens, and how it provides for us. Yeah, and I mean, growing up in Hawaii was one of the most awesomest experiences, bro. And and I think from seeing it from our eyes, and then you understand why we're so passionate about things, you know, stories, subjects, when it comes to the land and the life of the land, and where we're going to take it and how we're going to carry this kuleana, this responsibility that, you know, that we've seen from generations before us. And it doesn't matter if you're Hawaiian or not, you know what I mean? It's really the things that we do that makes us who we are, you know, because in the show you see like different cultures, they're not even Hawaiian, but yet they do things, their actions show how much they really care about the land. And so that's kind of like the story, you know. We just want to let you know, like, it doesn't matter what color you are, where you're from, what language you speak, how much money you have, or who you decide to love. We're all connected, you know, when we have the same goal to take care of our islands, and future of our islands.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Oh, so needed.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, I'm trying to hold the camera. You got me crying.
Almost crying.
Chocolate melts.
That's right, bro. That's right.